Hello everybody, welcome to my review of the Wenn 2250 watt inverter generator model 5625i. The Wenn portable generator weighs about 48 pounds. It's very compact, very savette. And I would have to say is a very attractive color scheme. And it does come with a 2-year warranty that covers materials and workmanship. Let's begin our discussion of the Wenn generator by focusing on the front panel controls and options. The first thing you'll notice when you look at the panel is this large dial in the upper left hand corner. This dial controls the fuel supply to the carburetor. It has 3 positions: choke, run, and off. And of course you'll use the choke position when you're first starting a coal generator, and then when it has begun to run too richly, you'll switch over to run. The next thing we noticed on the panel is this row of indicator lamps. The first lamp is for low oil conditions and will illuminate a bright red when there's not enough oil in the crankcase. The next lamp indicates an overload condition where the generator the overload protection circuit has been triggered by a fault out in the load. It disconnects from the load, and the RPMs on the engine will be reduced, and it will continue to run. When you disconnect that circuit that's causing the overload, you simply come back to the front panel and push the overload reset, and the generator will return to its normal running RPM and will once again be supplying power to the load. Next we see the run indicator, and this lamp will turn green when the generator is running correctly. The next thing you'll notice on the front panel are the 2 NEMA 5-20R receptacles. What this allows you to do is you can run 15 amps total between these 2 receptacles, and or 15 amps up to 15 amps on a single receptacle. Next we see the DC 5-volt USB receptacles, and of course what these allow you to do is connect your USB powered devices such as phones, tablets, Bluetooth speakers, etc. to these connections, and you can recharge that device and or run it. Over here to the left you'll see the manual shutoff switch. What this switch does is overrides, for instance, overrides the carburetor control dial here. For instance, if you are running and you push this button, the engine will shut off. Now, the difference between using this switch and this control knob is that when you use this knob, this dial, the engine will continue to run until it's burned all the gasoline out of the carburetor. And that's a good thing, because you don't want fuel to sit in that carburetor during long periods of storage. What happens is that fuel will turn to sludge and or solidify, and you have to remove the carburetor and clean it before the generator will run again, and that's not a good thing. Next, you'll notice that we have an eco mode switch beneath the manual shutoff switch. What this allows you to do is save gasoline. If your load is below 1350 watts, if you switch to the eco mode, the engine will run at a lower speed, thus saving gasoline. Very nice feature. The next thing you'll notice is that we have parallel connect receptacles. What this allows the generator to do is run in parallel with another generator when the cables are connected between them. Wenn Cells offers a very nice parallel connect kit just for this feature. And finally, we have the earth ground attachment lug. Okay, let's take the generator down and start it up. Okay. Now remember that we have to set the fuel control dial to the run position. You'll want to make sure that the eco mode is in the off position. Next, you'll want to check and make sure that the gas cap vent valve is switched to on. You'll want to check and make sure that you have gasoline, and you'll want to check your oil. You'll do that by removing this convenient access panel. Unscrew the dipstick. Check and make sure that the level of the oil on the dipstick is correct, and or you can simply look into the filler tube, and you should see oil about halfway up on the threads. Simply screw the dipstick back into the oil fill tube. Place the panel back on and use a quarter to lock this panel down with. Okay, so now we're ready to pull the rope. Let me turn the generator around to a little more convenient view here. She starts very easily. First thing you'll notice is how quiet it's running. Very impressive. I'm speaking in a normal tone of voice, and I'm very understandable. I don't have to yell. Okay, so finally, when you're done operating your generator, in this case, I'm just going to manually force it off, because I'm going to be running this generator here once again shortly. And let's stack it back up on the rack. and let's go camping. Thank you for watching.